What's going on, everyone? Setting up crappie jig pouring video. All right. We're going to be using the WB 400 series for the bait keeper. And we're going to be using Mustad number 4 black sickle. I love the sickle hooks. You can use a round bend or a sickle. One thing about the hooks, they stick in a big glob. Look at them big old things. I just set them and shake them out a little bit. Get a group of them come off. Get me a little pile here. Scoot ourselves back. Then you gotta take this tiny little wire keeper. This is a bait keeper. Set it down in here, one at a time. You gotta kind of have a steady hand to get that in there. And if somebody has a better way of putting these in here, I would love to hear about it. I have not found a faster way than what I'm doing currently right here, which is one at a time. And you can't bump the table. You can't bump anything. And then you take your hook. I always put the eyelet in first. Swing it in. Eyelet. Swing her in. Just like that. Just like that. One more. Just like that. Make sure all your guide. You'll hear it click, and there'll be no gaps in between. So you know you're shut well. Then we gotta clean off our top on the 4. One day I'll upgrade this and buy the Lee pot, but we're hand pouring here. Just take your time. Shoot it. It's a little easier when the pot's not full. It's a little easier to balance, but as long as you got her filled up good, it should turn out well. We'll see. Yep, just like that. All turned out perfect. Just tap the back side of them. Flip them out. Got a pretty decent little pile tonight. Done already. And you just repeat the process over and over and over again until you get done doing this for a while. Then you move on, do some football heads or some I got the hybrid grass swim jig. We'll pour some of those here in a minute. But I'm gonna start posting videos, kind of these bait making videos. They'll take you through how I do it. Not saying it's the right or the wrong way, just the way I do it. A lot of YouTube videos out there that guys that are professional bait makers, not kind of your hobbyist like I am. I'm a weekend builder. Me and my boys, we'll build through the week too, after school when they get off or something else, or somebody asks for an order, we'll put one in. Getting ready for the spring kind of ramp up. So the production will make a little bit more coming up this winter or spring. We're in winter. We've already been out catching crappie, having some warmed up days. Went out yesterday for a little bit. We caught ourselves some. Went out Friday, caught ourselves some. My boy Lincoln caught himself a Fish Ohio crappie, 13 inches. That would be on the site already. We got a video we just uploaded. Just like that. Clean this top up a little bit. Like that, kind of just shoot right down there. Slide that off the way. Just like that. And boom. Got yourself some crappie jigs. So I just bumped the back of that. Pop them out. And then start on over. Setting in weed guards, or geez, I keep calling them that. Bait keepers. Mold's getting pretty toasty. So I'm gonna do this run of it. And then I'm going to switch over and pour some hybrid grass jigs. I'm gonna pour some extra wide gap hooks on those. I'll show you the hooks I got from them. They're Mustad, extra wide gap, 4/0 for the hybrid. You end up, that mold is getting hot. Kind of getting tough to touch. Let's get the hooks in there and pour this up. And then we will take a break on this mold. It's cold enough in the garage. I got the torpedo heater running. I hope it's not killing my audio, or I can't hear that well. Y'all won't be able to hear me at all. We're gonna go through, pour all these up, and then take a break from this guy. I can show you guys all the other crappie jigs I poured. Me and the boys poured earlier before they went to bed. Got a lot of monkey milk poured out in our new snacker crawl. Just like that. Like that. Quarter all that. Beautiful. All right. All right. We're going to set that out of the way, and then we're going to start cutting some of these heads. Throwing them back in the pot. Low lead. Since I only have this, and I don't have a production pot, I refill every so often with just a sprout or sprue. It's on the top there. I would love to hear about all the other kind of novice bait makers that are out there like myself. See how far along people are getting in the spring. Some guys out of Louisiana that I know, they're on the spawn right now with some crappie. Everybody else out there, that'd be awesome to hear in the comments. What's your biggest crappie this year so far, or your biggest limit? If you're not one of the trophy catchers, you're just out there trying to fill a cooler up. I'd like to hear people limiting out yet. Love to know if you're limiting out. We're going to refill this pot up, and then we are going to pour some jigs, some bass jigs. We got about 150 crappie jigs poured, 8 at a time. So we've been pouring for a little while. Took a break, went inside, had some dinner, come back out. Cut them and set them back in. I want to know, boom now, who out there in Ohio, I want to know the biggest crappie you guys have caught, because I got a 14 3/4 last year. About a pound and 1.24 total weight. I'd love to see or hear about everybody else's Ohio crappie. Some people say they don't get that big. We're in the kind of the 10-inch zone here. A lot of 10-inchers. Being in central Ohio here. Hoover Reservoir, Alum Creek. You can find them in spillways, you can find them kind of everywhere. But I'd like to hear, anybody got a big crappie yet this year? I like trophy, but I also like catching them for the fryer. And that's the other subject, is who's keeping them in the spring. There's a little back and forth. I hear some guys, if they're females and they're full of eggs, they throw them back. Some guys don't care. Some say it doesn't make any difference. I got some friends that will not throw a crappie back if it is a keeper crappie. It's going home. They limit out and they leave. They're not there past filling the cooler. If they catch a big one, they catch a big one. If they don't, they don't. They're not into anything particular, one way or another. They minnow fish, excuse me. And that's it there. So flip the camera here, show you just about how many I got already done. Those are all cut. They'll just need to be painted now. Let's fire off a couple bass jigs. See how many we can pour. Slid over here. Got some swim heads. I already got some of these poured up tonight. So I like the shorter hook. So this is a 3/0 in a straight shank mustad, and on a swim jig. Now these wire keepers are pretty vicious on your swim bait. Anything swim bait or crawl or whatever you're putting on there. But I like, these are 2X diameter wire hooks on Mustad. So that 2X is stout. You're not anything in Ohio, you're gonna bend out on that. I mean, I don't even know if you bend out with a bass, but maybe if you hook yourself a big old catfish, you can kind of get it out of there. But we're gonna pour some of those, but we're gonna do the extra wide gap and 4/0. Got these from Gary's Tackle online on eBay there. I'm gonna try these out. These are all 30-degree line ties. Get one out of there. 30-degree line ties, Mustad, 4/0 extra wide gap. And these are standard wire. So I don't think you would need the 2-wire, 2X wire in these. Hooks for some of these. I'm using the Do It Mold Series 50622, and this is the hybrid grass jig. I like this one. This is one of my newest molds. Pretty straightforward. This one comes in 3/8, half, 5/8, and 3/4. So I'm just gonna grab our pins real quick. Set them out in here. I'd like to know, if you guys want to put in the comments there, what's your favorite jig and hook combo for a bass jig. So you just lay this guy in here. Being the extra wide gap, that first hook, I'll show you, doesn't like to stay because it's sticking out a little too far. So it actually doesn't sit flat in the jig. You gotta hold your thumb underneath it when you shut it. But once you shut it, it ain't going nowhere. So make sure they're all sealed, no gaps in between there. And we'll get her poured here. Clean that top up. Colors here. So I can pour this all on camera. Like that. Good pours. She's stuck. Oh yeah. Good pours on all those. Looks just like that. Let's pull the weed guard out. Weed guard stop. Oh yeah. Just like that. That simple. And cut your sprue off. Throw it right back in the pot. Just like that, you got your jig. So extra wide gap. This one's in the 1/2 ounce. Nice looking bait keeper there. Like I said, that kind of tears your bait up coming off, but you don't want it to come off. So I like the swim head style, the hybrid grass. You can actually do some pretty good modifications to convert this into a lot of different things. I like it. So we're going to reshoot another set here. Should have enough lead moving. in that. Like that. We'll lift up 3/8. Make sure that's where it's supposed to be. All shut, nice and tight. Let's get that all cleared up. Good pores on the top here. See what we're looking at here. Oh yeah. Very nice. Something come out. There we go. That guy out. Go ahead and flip that screw off. Just like that. Just like that, you got yourself a real nice swim jig. You can also, if you want to make a swim bait head, just like this, and you just nip down your keeper here the same depth it goes in. All you have to do is clip a little bit of that off, put it back in there and pour it, and it'll fill that head when you pour it, and you have yourself a swim bait head. So it's that easy, with a real nice keeper on them too. So it's really pretty universal jig head. I'm going to pour one more round of them, and then I'm going to be done with them. So set your hook in, just like that. We're actually going to switch this around. I got one laying right there, a 2X, nice 3/8. We'll do a straight shank on that one. You just got to kind of balance it. Make sure that's nice and closed. All right, pour this out. Clean that top out. Like that. Give her just a second. The hole's getting pretty warm. Looking good like it should. Look at that one. I love that hook. That short shank 2X. You're never losing a fish on that. She ain't coming loose. I am a downsizing fisherman. Some guys upsize. They want that one big bite. And I like to catch a lot of fish. So I like to catch and go through a whole mess of fish. Don't get me wrong, I like catching a big one. But I also love catching a lot of fish. So we're going to take these pins out because I'm done with this mold. Go ahead and drop this hot pot off. But thanks for everybody for watching. We're going to end the video there. It's already pretty late tonight on Sunday night. Already had a long day with church. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna post this video, see what everybody thinks, and then we'll keep on posting if y'all wanna see this. If not, let me know what you'd like to see. You wanna see some swim bait pouring? Oh, let me show you the crappie jigs before we go here. So this is what we poured today. We poured our snacker crawl and monkey milk. Not just any monkey milk. This is cosmic black and it's got a gold flake too in it. But that's our snacker crawl. And I love it. Poured some other things there, some jigs, and some curly tails, as well as our hyper grub and a new bait we're working on. Poured some of that. So it's a new drop shot bait, kind of a flatworm series. We'll post pictures of that, but if you guys like it, please like and subscribe. That'll help the channel out and it'll help us get content out. As always, have a good day and God bless.